People aren't looking at that. There's not anything higher here. So again, compare these. You're a doctor with 1 million patients, or not million, but you know what I mean, non-stop new patients you're writing scripts for. Are you going to take the time to look at this for each drug, notice back and forth and say, oh, whoa, wait a second. No, you're going to look at this and say, oh, okay, math formula, I can do that, but this here is easier. But this here is like twice about what it could be or more. He's looking at pediatrics to 0 years old, guys. To 0 to 21 years old in this range. That's nonsense, isn't it?
If I watch the sunrise in what they say is the east, and I gave my all, will it help save y'all?
Anyone want to help save some people that will never know it happened? Though really would have wished that this happened. This isn't just rapping. Updating the book where it needs be. A 20-pound kid should not have the same dose as a 200-pound man. That should be obvious, though it's not yet with a tenny low. I went to your best, and they gave me next to my least. If I watch the sunrise and what they say is the east, and I gave my all, will it help save y'all? It was said if you believe a lie, you are a part of that lie, and may not even be aware of what you accepted or how not just your reality is affected. Thank God for Jesus Christ breaking the curses in time here, so you can see again, cause one person really can start to be the change they want to see. And if you think a small group of people can't make a difference, let me remind you of part of the truth, that is all that ever has. Anyone wanna help save some people that will never know it happened? Don't really would've wished that this happened. This isn't just rapping, updating the book where it needs be. A 20-pound kid should not have the same dose as a 200-pound man. That should be obvious, though it's not yet with a tenolol, aka Tenormin, and who knows what else. The FDA and insurance industries really adversely messed up drug calculations for pharmacists when they set a unintentional standard for ages of kids to 0 to 21 years of age as pediatric for med devices. Yet still they define pediatrics as up to at least 18 years old, which is not fair to little ones. That is not pediatric. I'd say 0 to 5 is pediatric, not neonate up to 21. Look what has been done, covered up every day with a so-called book.
Oh baby, saying good thing we did what we did. They barely alive now, probably would've died if we didn't do what the book said. Instead of realize they were walking around before you held them down, treating a pre-existing long-term disability as a acute liability.
Do you see why would the wicked fear overtake them? Fortunate for you, I don't judge in time, though here to give you time. Do you see the sublime? Each will be judged according to their works. It's sort of all added up, with atonements and adjustments in ways and such. If you don't think so, Jesus said, if there is no one to judge you, then I won't either. I didn't get here with a cleaver to be this clever. I said I'd never leave her, and I never left him. Do you hear the hum? I was treated dumb, I was left real numb. May have died into an empty, quiet place that was supposed to be heaven, though it was rather empty. How's that for prophecy about how wrong y'all really been? God said help heal his heart. That is this art, and why after money I will have no part.
I fight for the dead, the living, and the ones to be. Is what I bled in tears for years. I'm not a wannabe, I'm a gotta be, and I'm more than what I read. So are you, you've been fed by God, be led.
Walking like Moses over the roses, you know whose road this is. Here to save my people is my equal, like a Jedi who led I. Are you red? I read the red guy, set the free guy, living beyond the perfect lie. God is not confined to a book, Jesus Christ is like a son to me. Think about that, don't run from me. How could the God of the living not be the God of the dead too? Some have tried to control this power for who? How silly really, the one person really can be the change they want to see. And if you think a small group of people can make a difference, let me me remind you of this part of the truth. That is all that ever has. Law was made to protect love. Any law that is outside of that is rouge, and it's from the fallen that thinks they are wiser in their own eyes than God, by ignoring God's wishes yet saying God will work it out, when God created us to work it out. If God put something on your heart, there is a reason you should explore that. The God of truth is the God of love. Law was made to protect love. The fallen had the inconceivable thought that they could rise above love with their new laws that tried to make love serve the law. One should not make a law that does not apply to them personally. If you make a law, you should be under that law in the real world where it exists. That way, if that law is wrong or needs to be modified, you will eventually know and change it.
Climates vary, seasons vary, efforts towards survival vary. This is why there is the idea of local governances for your support and survival. And ease of living is the original intention, never to lord over anyone. As to parent is to support child.
They have 200 for angina, okay? For chest pain. Well, okay, so that's the highest I think I saw this thing ever go up to. So that's the highest we compare the difference against. But again, a lot of people aren't looking at that. There's not anything higher here. So again, compare these. You're a doctor with 1 million patients, or not million, but you know what I mean, non-stop new patients you're writing scripts for. Are you going to take the time to look at this for each drug? Notice back and forth and say, oh, why? Whoa, wait a second. No, you're going to look at this and say, oh, okay, math formula, I can do that. But this here is easier. But this here is like twice about what it could be or more. Because look at pediatrics to 0 years old, guys. To 0 to 21 years old in this range. That's nonsense, isn't it?
Choosing by what you are choosing. Move peacefully with kindness while you're moving. You can find this. May you see through blindness to kindness. None of the powers on the waking hours. Downhill a gentle slope. You can probably walk for hours with peace and heavenly scholars. A sprinkle of holy powers. Joy with the patient endurances of self-control is how they roll. The encouragers. Faithfulness is a friend of generosity. So there's no end to me and my entomology. Beyond psychology, biology, physiology, chemistry to alchemy, do you see? Let my lips hold no hypocrisies in my democracies and diplomacies. Kindness to the blindness, to the deaf ear, here love will help guide thus faded. To the cold-hearted hope echoes the triumph that love never departed. Be more open-armed and try to do no harm, bread. Miles MC, walk a focus, the power you know who is with us in prayer. So there, I care and am aware, deep breathing in and out, no doubt. Breathe in the cloud and let the pain out. Move like water, move like smoke in the air. Peacefully moving with care. Tai Chi while you move slowly. Feel the energy around thee as you move like the cloud from where you were partly found. God made you profound. Put down the put down and you'll see the touchdown. Peace is still quiet, joyous, happy, gladly. Impatience be gentle, endurance be to your self-control is the role. Faithfulness in your faith will flow. Generosity in your goodness. Kindness in your love, keep that above. Expect to grow in what you know. Hope as I extend this rope. It's not about the nopes, though it is about the hopes and love like that from above. In peace there is love. First, I don't preach what I do not practice first. With every gospel verse I reverse a curse. Maybe in the universe and or in heaven on earth. No excuses, of course, lit fuses. With this course, if one chooses, I bring you a main course. With the force behind the wind and the rain, the sun and the other thing. Was I gonna say moon or shade? Well played, with truth you stayed. Not throwing shade nor singing to be paid. Just the truth that needed to be made.
two sides to any prophecy, just with contingency and no clauses. Do you start to see? Read the pauses, like Santa Claus's is real, really a person that makes a made and gives and gave gifts to uplift not just the children, though the future around them, the past and or the parents in control of the present. Do you see the real presence? Presented as I calmly, lightly vetted some history of his story.
Peace is still quiet, joy is